All right, YouTube. So it actually happened. LaVar Ball spoke it into existence. LeBron James is going to the Los Angeles Lakers, and all that silly talk about the young players on the Lakers beefing online on social media was going to prevent superstars from coming. That was absolutely it made no sense. They're grown men. I think everybody understands. Just joking on each other and the importance of roasting when it comes to building team chemistry and stuff like that. The Lakers just did it on a much more public level, and they took it to iTunes and whatever else. Was a dope diss. Shout out to Zoe, man. Dope diss track, you know what I'm saying? But LaVar spoke it into existence. He's 2 for 4 on his major predictions. He was 1 for 1 with Lonzo to the Lakers, and he was 1 for 2 when he said the Lakers were going to make the playoffs. And then he was 1 for 3 when he said that Jello was going to the Lakers this year, or going to the Lakers in the Summer League or G League. Well, G League's still out on the table, but so far he didn't get drafted by the Lakers, and he isn't on the Lakers Summer League team. But he did get this one right. LeBron to LA. He was so convinced about it, which was just, I thought it was a bit of a surprise because, so many people are like, oh, it's his brand, the marketing, the family. They already have a house in LA, blase, blase. But it's still like, okay, well, the kid, Bronny, and, the other son, they still go to school in Ohio, and, all these other things. You still kind of have to shift majority of the life from Ohio to LA. And if there's any player in the NBA that doesn't need to be in LA to expand his brand and act in movies and commercials, it's LeBron James, probably. So, I didn't think he needed to go to LA necessarily just for his brand, but I think a large reason, Gary Payton early on in the process, right after the final, saying, he could bring his son to Sierra Canyon with Kenyon Martin's son and Scottie Pippen's son, and those guys at Sierra Canyon. So I think that's a huge thing for him to kind of go to the school where they have Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, Scottie Pippen, Derek Fisher, all those guys in the stands. I think it's very important for Bronny. I watched a vlog with Bronny, and a girl was like trying so hard to meet the kid, and she was crying because she touched the manager's hand or the vlogger's hand who knew Bronny. It was crazy. So, that's the type of environment that Bronny can come up in high school, Sierra Canyon, in LA. That's the only reason why I could really see why LeBron necessarily needed to go to LA, or he wanted to go to LA versus staying in Ohio. Because anywhere LeBron James goes, the spectacles surrounds him. He doesn't have to go to the spectacle. The spectacle is LeBron James. He is, a mogul, a business icon. Regardless of what you think about him as a player, he's just, a business savvy dude. One of the top guys in sports today, if not the top guy when it comes to handling his business and his brand away from the game. So, LeBron is an LA Laker. It's going to be weird because for so many years we've had that Kobe-LeBron debate, and the Kobe fans, the LA fans, they're connected to Kobe like this. So just to see, this now with Kobe's rival late on in his career, when Kobe was peak Kobe, winning MVPs, winning championships, and LeBron was also like LeBron, but he didn't have any championships. When that whole debate was going on with the MVP Muppets and all that good stuff, when that debate was going on, it was clearly like, you're either LeBron or you're either Kobe. There's no in between. You can't like both guys. If you like one guy, you probably hate the other. Even when LeBron started getting in the conversation once he came back down from 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors, when everybody was like, oh, is LeBron top 5 now? Is he better than Jordan? When all that talk really started to intensify and stuff, even then, I forgot where I was going with that. But, Kobe. Even then, it was still like, oh no, LeBron's still not better than Kobe because XYZ, and Kobe has that killer instinct that Mike also had, and blase. So it's crazy to see the Kobe-LeBron rivalry come to this, where LeBron kind of joins the uniform synonymous with his rival, even though Kobe's long gone and, you know, fell off after 20 years in the league. That's still I feel like LeBron James's biggest rival when you're talking about a player is Kobe Bryant in his career. And when it's all said and done, we're gonna look at Kobe LeBron as kind of the Jordan you know what I'm saying, the Bird Magic, you know, so and so. So yeah. But yeah, LeBron is going to the Lakers. What does this mean for Cleveland? I heard Cleveland before this happened, when they were kind of getting the sense that he was going to leave the team and go to LA a couple days ago. They said that they were going to keep Kevin Love, and they planned on re-signing Jeff Green. Now this means that Cleveland is probably still going to be a decent team, which is great news for the Hawks. And I always bring this back to Atlanta, and I always bring this back to the Hawks, because the Hawks have a top 10 protected pick from the Cleveland Cavaliers. So the Cavaliers can be bad, they can be a lottery team, they just can't be too bad and get inside of that top 10 in the lottery, and they'll be all right. So you're talking about a number 6 pick from the Dallas Mavericks that the Hawks can get, a number 11 pick from the Cleveland Cavaliers, and then whatever pick the Hawks get. I really hope the Hawks compete this year. You know, just saying as someone who enjoys basketball, because like I said, on the A-League, I know it's like 57 minutes last week, so you probably didn't watch it, but if you did, I was just complaining about how unwatchable Hawks basketball was last year. And as a basketball fan, it kind of hurts to see that stuff. I mean, like, I understand the process and rebuilding and, you know, the long road and long-term vision, but the current product that they had on the floor that people were paying to go see, and that people, you know, were covering, you know, we had to cover that. Like, that was our jobs, to deliver the news, you know, to kind of, you know, say, hey, this is what's going on with this NBA team. And it was just unwatchable, unbearable basketball. All the entertainment around it, Hawks games are A1. Don't get me mistaken. All the renovation in Phillips are going to be crazy. Just the half renovations they had last year were nice. So the full complete thing is going to be ridiculous. But it was just unenjoyable to watch as a basketball fan, as just a person who enjoys the game. I didn't want to see it, so I really hope the Hawks compete this year. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We got DeMarcus Cousins. Could he go to LA? Kawhi Leonard. Could he go to LA? You know, LA is one of those teams that usually all those guys that are supposed to go to LA, they never actually go to LA, like Paul George and DeMar DeRozan. List goes on and on and on. But speaking of DeMar DeRozan, no other team in the NBA is more happier that LeBron James went to the West Coast other than to Toronto Raptors. Everybody's jumping to conclusions saying Boston, but how about Toronto? I mean, the only reason why we haven't got to see or gotten to see Toronto in that kind of light in the Eastern Conference is because they couldn't get past Cleveland, and Boston could win a game or two against them. So that's why everybody's like Boston up here, Toronto down here in the postseason. But you know, maybe Toronto can do something this year. Now that LeBron's gone, maybe Philly can put it together in their second year together with Ben Simmons and Embiid. So we'll see what happens in the Eastern Conference. What we do know for a fact is that regardless of who comes out the East, they won't win the championship. And it's probably going to be the Warriors again. After Dwight Howard signs with the Warriors, I expect Dwight to go to the Warriors. That's going to be a little spectacle and a sideshow, but he's definitely an upgrade from JaVale McGee. But all that attention that Dwight brings, he brings a lot of attention just because writers from teams that he's departed from in the past couple of years have decided to give him like a little kick and, you know, in the behind, in the back, whatever, out the door, and say that he was a bad teammate. Teammates celebrated when he left, and continue this false narrative that Dwight Howard is bad for a team. Now, me covering Dwight for a year in Atlanta, I never saw any problems with Dwight. To keep it a buck, you know, he seemed like he was overly kind of paranoid of the media trying to misconstrue his opinions and, just his view with everything. So I never bought into that Dwight Howard is a bad teammate thing after, what I saw in Atlanta a couple of years ago. But, if Dwight comes to the Golden State Warriors, I think he finally gets that first ring. And it's going to be interesting because he is a Hall of Famer. He was a Hall of Famer before, he got traded and went to different teams and went to 3 different teams in 3 different years, or 4 different teams in 4 different years. He's 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, 8-time All-Star. I mean, he's Dwight Howard at the end of the day. So-and-so defense, carried the 2009 Orlando Magic to the finals. And now, if JaVale McGee got his props for what he did in 2017 in the finals, Dwight Howard definitely has to get his props for whatever he does next year as a guy who's coming off of a 15-13 season and then a 13-13 season in Atlanta. So he's still a guy that's going to get you great numbers, and he still can produce. He can still play. It's just, people have put out this false narrative about him that he's bad for teams, and Charlotte just didn't work out last year because I don't know if Kemba Walker is incapable of winning, but Charlotte just wasn't in for Dwight. So speaking of Kemba Walker, wherever he goes, I don't think it matters much. It's cool that he averages 19, 20 points a game, but he's gotten to the point in his career where it's like, okay, we know who you are, and you're probably not going to help us win any ball games. Shout out to Monte Ellis. That's another guy who was like that back in his heyday. 19, 20-point scorer. Very exciting to watch on the offensive side of the ball. And not many wins. So shout out to those guys. Like, comment, subscribe if you made it to the end of this video. I talked for probably like 20 minutes. I'm going to try to edit it down to like 13 minutes and upload it for you guys and all that good stuff. Keep coming back. We're going to continue to provide this content for y'all. LeBron James finally gone. We don't have to hear about it anymore on the TV for the rest of the summer. Hopefully after this week, all the Laker talk and LeBron talk is done, and we could just get to the summer league and we could focus on that. We could focus on the WNBA. The World Championships we got coming up at the end of the month. The World Cup. Shout out to the World Cup and football. Preseason football. The halfway point in the Major League Baseball season. Hopefully we can focus on everything else in the sports world. Everything, the NASCAR series. Hopefully we can focus on everything except for LeBron. Because we speculated, or talking heads and TV stations and everybody who's going for ratings have speculated so much on where LeBron's going every single day for the past year and a half. And now we have a 4-year deal. So hopefully for the next at least 2.5, 3 years, we don't have that talk. So until next time, take care of yourself.